Hi guys, it's Rebecca. Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. Today's video is going to be part 2 of my makeup collection inventory series. For this section, I'm going to be talking about bronzers, highlighters, and blushes, particularly those singles and in palettes. I will have a part 2 to this kind of concept of blush, bronzer, and highlighter that will be featured in a separate video because I created a new section called face palettes. I'll still be counting each pan as an individual number in my totals. However, I'm going to separate the products that come in palettes in a separate category just because when I was filming it, it's easier than I've done it in previous years when I just get the palette, show you, and get the palette several times. Like I end up featuring the palette in several categories because there's different items in that palette. I hope that makes sense. So without any more rambling, let's get started. These are my bronzers, my single bronzers. I have a lot of full size, really, not that many deluxe size or travel size ones. Starting up here, I have this one from Becca. This is a Sunlit Bronzer in the color Bronze Bondi. This one from Marc Jacobs, this is actually a face powder in the color Cocoa Deep 800. But I bought this at Marshall's because I figured I could use this color as a bronzer. I bought another one that was my skin tone, and then I bought this one to use as a bronzer. That's what the color looks like. I did try it already, as you guys can see, and it looked pretty good on me as a bronzer. So I'm excited to finally get to it eventually and use it up as a bronzer. Then this one also came from Marshall's. This is a Toothpaste Pink Leopard Blushing Bronzer. I tried maybe using this one as a blush, but it works better on me as a bronzer, so that's why how I intend on using it. This one is from Bobbi Brown. This is the bronzing powder in the color Stone Street 16. Then this one from Bare Minerals in the color Skinny Dip. This one is from Sephora. This is a kind of like a split pan. One side is matte and the other one is a little bit more shimmery. And I've used it before. For some reason though, it's like I've used up more the shimmery side than the bronze side. I guess how I like concentrate my brush, I don't know, but this is a big product. I love it. Hopefully I can get back on using this one. Then this one from Smashbox came from Joy from Joyful Beauty. She decluttered it to me and there's already pans showing there. I have these two from Tarte. They're both the Park Avenue Princess bronzer. However, this is the matte version of that bronzer and this is the shimmery side version of that bronzer. So I've used one of these before and I know that I love it. This one from Physicians Formula, the butter bronzer. I bought it because of the hype, but I've never really used it. And I don't care for the scent. So hopefully I'll get to this one soonish. This one's from Laura Mercier. This is in the color Bronze number 3, deluxe size sample. This is from Lorac in the color Sun Dance. This is the Tantalizer bronzer. That's that. Then this is the Nars Laguna. This came, I think this is from this year's birthday gift. I did pick the one that came with the bronzer and the little like lip gloss type product. So I hope to use the oldest version that I have of this year, and then that way I only have this one. These two are super old, my goodness. You see it says 2 and 3. I had 3, I used up 1. This is the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Bronzer. Remember when these were like all the hype? Yeah, I've used plenty of these. But I only have 2 left. And then this one is from Fenty Beauty. This is in the color Shady Biz. Never used it, but hopefully I will like it. For my cream bronzers, I have these two. This one is from the brand Iconic London. I think this came in that Sephora Beauty that came with all the Charlotte Tilbury and all those products. I think that's where this came from. It was like a fancy night out, or I don't remember the name of the box, but yeah, this is a bronzer in the color Sheer Bronze. Oh no, Caramel Glow. So it's supposed to be a sheer bronzer. So we'll see how that looks. And then this one is from Milk Makeup, also from Marshall's. Look at Marshall's coming through with all the makeup. By the way, I'm filming this out of order, so if this is like the first Marshall's product that you see and you're like, what is she talking about? Marshall's coming through with all the makeup. It's because the previous segments that I've filmed, I've featured more makeup that's come from Marshall's. Anyway, this is a repurchase from Milk Makeup. The first, I've used 2 little mini samples of this baked, well, it's not called baked. This is a matte bronzer in the color baked. I've used 2 little ones and I really enjoyed it. And I was at Marshall's and one time and I saw this for $10. The full size. Like I said, I've used this twice before and I know that I love it, so I'm excited to get some use out of that. For my blushes, I'm gonna try to do this a little bit different than I've done it in other years. I usually show you guys everything together, including stuff that I have in blushes that I have in, say, eyeshadow palettes or face palettes, but I'm gonna do a separate category for face palettes. So right now you're just gonna see the single blushes and the eyeshadow palettes. I mean, blush palette. So for single blushes, these are the ones that I have. I have these 2 from Toothpaste. They are the Sweethearts Perfect Flush Blush. This one is in the color Peach Beach, and it's a very pretty color, very subdued color, but it still looks very pretty, very natural because of the sheen that it has. And then this one is in the color Candy Glow. This is a little bit more pinky peachy, especially the top shade here. I did use up one, I don't remember the name of it, but it was very dark and pigmented. These are like the more low-key ones. I did have to actually franken that blush because it was so pigmented. Anyway, this one from Makeup Revolution, this is in the color Nude. I bought it just because everybody was talking about it. I have 2 of the Milani ones that look like a rose like this. This is in the color Tea Rose, very pretty. And this one is in the color Romantic Rose. So this is more mauve than this one. This one from L'Oreal True Match. This is a repurchase. I have actually used one of these before. And this is the True Match in the color C12 Baby Blossom. This was supposed to be a dupe for a Laura Mercier, I believe. Emily Noel did a dupes video many years ago. And that's how I came a hold of this. Like I said, I've used one of these before and I loved it so much that I repurchased it. This is from NYX, the Beige Blush Illuminating Bronzer in the color Foreplay. If you guys have been following with me, my project planning this year, you guys know that I used the one in Journey this year in 2020. I have 2 from Laura Geller. This one is in the color Tropic Hues. This is a swirly type blush. And this one's a little bit darker. This is in the color Pink Grapefruit. So they're both big blushes. Then I have this one from Urban Decay. Oh, I have 2 other over here. This is in the color Score. It's kind of, it looks like orangey here in the sticker, but it's a lot more pinkier on the actual pan. This one from Dior was a total impulse buy. This came from a Nordstrom anniversary sale many years ago, maybe 3 years ago, and that's what this looks like. If I never use this blush, I'll be okay. This is just so pretty to look at, and it comes in its own little like felt little bag. So I'm gonna put it there as soon as I finish. I just don't want it to get hurt. I have 2 from Nars here. This mini one is in the color Goulet or Ghoul. I always have a hard time pronouncing that, but it's a pretty dark shade, very like not cherry, but like a dark mauvey color. And then this one is in the color Orgasm. This is the full size. I used it a few times, but I mean, not enough to make like a huge dent on it. Then I have this one from Wet n Wild. This is the apricot in the middle. I bought this on recommendation of someone. Was it Sarah Rose or Courtney K? I don't remember, but I haven't used it. And that was many years ago. I have several here from MAC. This one is in the color Floor Power. This one is in the shade Well Dressed. And this one is in the shade Mocha. This came in a kit, in a Christmas kit. And then these 2 I bought on recommendation from Candy Johnson way back when I was subscribed to her and she used to make videos. This one is from Sephora. This is in the color Romantic Rose. Oh, that's well. So that's this one. This one's still brand new. I haven't used it. And then this one is a mini one from Bare Minerals. This is the Bounce and Blur Mauve Sunrise, and that's what this looks like. This is maybe the size of a nickel, the pen, maybe like a ColourPop shadow type size. So this shouldn't be too much hard to go through. Then I have one from Becca. This is in the color Snapdragon. It's a very, very pretty color. I do have another one in a palette, so I have a single as a backup. I don't know how I got hold of this one, to be honest, if I have the one in the palette, but it is what it is. Then I have these three from Tarte. This one is in the color Blissful. This is a mini, very, very pretty. Then I have this one in the color Thankful, very pretty. And then this is a full size in the color Flush. This is a very scary color, but if you use a very like soft stipple brush, it kind of makes your cheeks look like cold from like when you come in from the cold, rosy. It's very, very pretty, but it's very pigmented, so you have to be very careful with it. I have these two from Milani. These are the Beige Blushes. This one is in the color Berry Amor. I thought it was Romantic Rose. And then this is Luminoso, which is a repurchase. I did use this one up, was it last year? Maybe the year before, I don't remember, but I did repurchase it because I loved it that much. Then I have these two from Urban Decay. This is, what color is this? Fetish. Very pretty. And then this is in the color Video. This I purchased all these blushes from recommendation from Melissa Parada. She also used to make videos. She still makes videos, but it's kind of like a vlogging channel. It's not really like a makeup channel that I would want to watch, but I bought those on recommendation from her. And then these two from Benefit. This is the Harvana, also another blush that was very, very popular way back in the day. Purchased it, haven't gotten to it. And then this one is the Gold Rush blush. I've heard this has like a big overlay, but after you get through that overlay, it's a very, very pretty blush. So can't wait to get use out of this guy. For cream blush, I have these two aside from that blush palette that I have in my 20 products I want to use up in 2022. I have these two. They're both brand new. This is from Tarte. This is the Breezy Cream Blush in the color Peach Sunset. And this one is from Kaja in the color number 4 Feisty. This one has kind of like the sponge applicator. I've never used this one because this comes with a little sticker and I don't want to peel it off and then have it dry out. So I've just left it alone. Hopefully I can get to these soonish. Now for the blush palettes, I'm going to start with ones that are strictly just blushes, and then I will start incorporating palettes that have blushes and bronzers, and then some blushes that have the blush and the bronzer. This first one is the Toothpaste Love Flush palette. This has 6 blushes, and I thought about maybe using this as my Panda palette since they're only 2 grams each, but I kind of course, obviously went another route with these. I really want to use this one because I know Alejandra from Alejandra Lisset, she used this palette like to rotate her Panda palette, and she hit pan on 3, I think. So I know that I should be able to go through this one very quickly, so hopefully soonish. Then this one from Becca has 3 blushes. That's what they look like right here. They are, what are they called? Wisteria, Songbird, and Snapdragon. And you guys saw that I have a full size of Snapdragon right here. Very pretty colors. I'm excited to try them out. And then this one's like super old. This is from Tarte. It has 5 blushes. I think they're the Amazonian formula because they have that same logo. So very, very pretty. Start kind of deep, cool, warm, and then very nude over here. So that's this one. Then I do have 2 palettes from e.l.f. This is the powder blush palette, which I have already used up one, which was here, and then this is a highlighter from a face palette that I used up and I just added onto here. But I do have 3 shades very similar to the shades that I have in my cream shadow palette from e.l.f. Then the other one is this one right here. This is the, what is it? Modern Metals palette. And this has 3 highlighters and 3 blushes down here in the bottom. I tried decluttering this one, but then I tried them on and I'm like, oh, they look so pretty. So it made the declutter. Then I have 2 dual pans. This is from Bare Minerals. This is the bronzer and cheek tint. One is the color Skinny Dip and the other one is Endless Summer. I have a full size of the Skinny Dip shade. It looks kind of scary on the pan, but once you shear it out, it's beautiful for in the summer. And then this one is from Tarte. This has the Power Couple Amazonian Clay Blush. No, what? Amazonian Clay Blush and Bronzer Duo. This has Park Avenue Princess, which I know I love. And then this one, I believe, is in the color Dollface. Very cool toned pink, but if you're careful with it, it looks very, very pretty. And last but not least, I have the Toothpaste Sugar Peach Wet and Dry Face and Eye Palette. I bought this solely to use on the face. That's what this looks like. It's a fairly recent purchase. I think I bought this last year during my quarantine haul. But yeah, I really, really love this and I'm excited to try it out. Sorry, last but not least, for blush palettes, I have this Urban Decay Sin Afterglow palette. It has a highlighter and blushes, and this is very, very pretty. As you guys can see, I have another pan of Sin here, Spotlight, PSA, and then the one bronzer up here, and then the other 2 blushes. Very, very pretty. I really hope I can get on it soonish. These right here are my highlighters. Powder highlighters, cream highlighters, that's their own separate frame. But I've been doing pretty well. I think this is the last purchase. No, these 2 are the last, are newer from my previous collection. And I think everything else has been here before. This one from Wet n Wild, I tried to, this was in my products I want to use in 2021, but I didn't even get to it. So it's back in the collection. This one is a repurchase. I did use up a mini one that I loved. So when I saw it at Marshall's, I knew that I had to get it. This is the highlight number 1. It's a very subtle highlighter. It's beautiful, beautiful. This is from Wet n Wild. This is the Hello Halo blush highlighter duo type thing. This from Fenty Beauty. This is also a dual pan. This is in the colors Mean Money and Hustla Baby. I don't know if I bought this or if it came in a kit. I don't remember. This is from RMS Beauty. This is a loose highlighter. Very, very golden highlighter. This is something that maybe I would add to lotion or something for my body, but that's what it is. This one is from Aladdin. I bought this out at Marshall's. Speaking of Marshall's, this was a special edition from when the Aladdin movie came out. So I was super surprised to find it there. Look at how beautiful that is. Even if I never use this, this is so pretty. This was totally an impulse buy. But this one from MAC, this was a repurchase. Yes, I have actually used up a whole Soft and Gentle highlighter powder from MAC. If I can find a picture, for those of you who don't believe me, I will try to insert it so you guys can see, but it took me like a year. This was, I used this one in a Project Pan Roulette, the very first one I did, maybe in 2017, I think I did it. And this one was for a product that I had picked it for the category of a product that you hate but now love, or that you changed your mind about, because I didn't care for it. Like I didn't like it at first. I thought I had purchased it based on the recommendation from Cherish. She no longer makes videos, but she was Pretty Pistol 87, I think. And it looked beautiful on her. She always talked about it, and so I bought it, and when I tried it, I was like, oh, I don't like it. But the more I used it, the more I loved it, and like I said, I finished it, and I bought another one. This one is from Urban Decay in the color Sin. This is a mini from Benefit. This is the color Dandelion. This one is from Jouer. This is in the color Skinny Dip, and this is newer in my collection, but I didn't get it last year. That's what this looks like. Very, very pretty. This one has been in my collection for years. This is the Laura Geller Gilded Honey Gelée or baked illuminator, highlighter. I don't know if I'll ever get to it. And sometimes I feel like I want to get rid of it, but then I'm like, well, I want to try it because it used to be very hyped up. I don't know. This one is from Tarte. This is the Exposed highlighter. I know Exposed was the shade that was very popular in the blush world, but this is what this guy looks like. It's very pretty. I just need to get to it. Then this one is from Laura Mercier. This is a translucent glow powder. I have two of these. One I'm hoping to finish next year. And then this loose highlighter from Artist Couture. This is in the color Conceited. So it's a loose highlighter. These are all Becca minis. I have different shades. This one's in opal. This one is rose gold. These two are champagne pop. And these two are moonstone. I love the highlighters from Becca. We all know what happened to Becca. Very, very sad. But I'm glad that I can still have several here and more in another palette that you guys will see. But for now, these are the ones I have. These are my liquid highlighters. For the most part, they're all full size except for these little ones. This one is from ABH, the Glow Liquid Highlighter in the color Perla. This was a gift with purchase. I had, when I purchased that 9 shadow pan, I don't remember the name of it, but if I spent like $45, you got it for free, and I did, so I got this for free. Then this is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector, the Backlight Priming Filter. I have this under the liquid highlighters because I use it as a highlighter, not as a primer. Then this is the one that comes with the primer that I was talking about from Armani. This is the Fluid Sheer in the color number 2. I love this. I had used this in a several foil packs, and I loved it. So when I saw it during the Nordstrom anniversary sale that one time, that's why I picked it up. This came from Marshall's. This is the 50 Do You drops from Marc Jacobs. You guys know Marc Jacobs discontinued his makeup line recently. Hopefully he does bring it back. I really enjoyed the products that I used from Marc Jacobs Beauty, so hopefully he's just kind of like reformulating, rebranding, that type of issue. Then this is the High Beam from Benefit. I've had this for years. It's probably the oldest highlighter that I have in my collection. This has one of those like doe foot, like nail polish type applicator. Really, really enjoy it. I should get this one used up fairly soon. Then I have these 3 little ones. This one's from Cover Effects. This is the Custom Enhancer Drops in the color Moonlight. This is from Nude Sticks. This is the Illuminati in the color, maybe that's the color Illuminati. Yeah, because I don't see anything else. So this is a highlighter stick. And then I have another mini from Cover Effects. This is in the color Bubbly. This is my 3rd little sample of this. I used to have 3, now I only have this one. I really enjoy the color of this one, and hopefully I get to use this one very soon. And that's all that I have for my blush, bronzer, and highlighter collection. Kind of part 1. Part 1 of part 2. That kind of gets confusing. I'm not going to go into the numbers just yet like I did for my base products, because I'm going to give you guys the totals for blush, highlighter, and bronzer after I talk about them in the category of face palette. So for now, that's all I have. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying this series. Oh, also, I forgot to mention in the introduction video, products that I am mentioning, like the numbers, when I'm giving you guys the numbers, those are the real numbers. However, I'm not featuring the products that I'm currently panning or the products I want to pan in 2022, because you guys have already seen those. And just to keep myself straight and not like forget certain products or something, I didn't want to pull them into this video. So if you've watched those videos, you guys already know I did type out that disclaimer in my base products video, but I'm not sure everybody always reads the description boxes, especially mine, because mine like never say anything. Really bad at that. Also, I'm sorry about the lighting. We have like a huge like wind advisory thing, and like the trees are just coming like in and out, and they're messing with the lighting. But anyway, I'll see you guys in part 3. Thanks, bye.